Now, this one right here is kind of funny because apparently the FBI doesn't like people talking crap about them.
No.
What?
They're good guys.
A government-affiliated investigation organization
The Federal
doesn't like
Bureau
it
of Investigation.
when we question them on the information that they put out?
What?
You mean Mulder was right this whole time?
Wow.
What? Oh, what is going on? Let's see.
Alert now, we are getting our first response from the FBI to the Twitter file dumps. The statement reads, the correspondence between the FBI and Twitter show nothing more than examples of our traditional, long-standing and ongoing federal government and private sector engagements, which involve numerous companies over multiple sectors and industries. As evidenced in the correspondence, the FBI provides critical information to the private sector in an effort to allow them to protect themselves and their customers. The men and women of the FBI work every day to protect the American public. It is unfortunate that conspiracy theorists and others are feeding the American public misinformation with the sole purpose of attempting to discredit the agency. That just in.
Mm-hmm.
It's really funny how they said conspiracy theorist and then American public, as if the people who are saying this aren't American.
American, right. They're trying to separate.
Separating us versus them.
Right.
Conspiracy theory, conspiracy theory.
And I just want to go back to the, some shootings that happened this year when a bunch of the shooters posted some very interesting things on social media. And we have 2 investigation organizations in this country that should be
On that,
but they never.
Well, they were on that. They knew about it.
Yeah.
They just didn't do anything about it. They just looked the other way,
Right.
if you want to, if
Almost
if
like
you
someone
know.
told them to.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, are we discrediting you or are you discrediting yourself? I'll say it's that one.
Yeah.
I'll say it's
Say
the
the latter.
second one because you definitely are not doing anything to make me not be a conspiracy theorist. I mean, I'd rather be a conspiracy theorist than be like, guys, the FBI is totally on our side because they're not. Yeah.
The great thing about being a conspiracy theorist these days, they are not dying suddenly.
Right.
Right.
So, I'm kind of liking that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's a pretty good perk, I have to say.
And I'm surprised the CIA isn't coming out with, this because, pretty much the kind of the same thing going on there. So, just saying, the CIA, has some whistleblowers in there.
We decided to find out. We spoke to someone who had access to these still hidden CIA documents. A person who was deeply familiar with what they contain. We asked this person directly, did the CIA have a hand in the murder of John F. Kennedy, an American president? And here's the reply we received verbatim. Quote, the answer is yes. I believe they were involved. It's a whole different country from what we thought it was. It's all fake. It's hard to imagine a more jarring response than that. Again, this is not a, quote, conspiracy theorist that we spoke to. Not even close. This is someone with direct knowledge of the information that once again is being withheld from the American public. And the answer we received was unequivocal. Yes, the CIA was involved in the assassination of the president. Whew. Now, some people will not be surprised to hear that. They say,
That's all you need to hear.
That's all we need, yeah.
Now, I don't know if you know about this, Austin, but
Why not?
Why not?
the video, if you look at the video of, the assassination, excuse me, I think there's 2, he's hit twice.
Yeah.
3 shots.
And one of them,
3.
one of them comes from the driver.
Yeah, okay, no, I seen that. Yeah, I see the driver
He turns around,
around,
and
turns around and then keeps going.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy how nobody there saw that unless they did, and they were just called a conspiracy theorist.
Well, yeah, I was
That's
going
when
to
they
say.
invented the term.
Yep, exactly. These conspiracy theorists. How dare you say that the government would ever do this to the president? And then,
trust us.
We made the president. What? No, what?
Yeah. We put him in there, but then he apparently defected, and we had to kill him. We had to,
we put him in there. Wait a second. Wait, no, I thought the American people put him in there. What? Hold on. Go back there. Just go back a second. Rewind that. What do you mean? You put them in there. We put him down.
It's like, damn it. Oh, shit. God damn it. Now, one thing, right? Last 2 more things in the housekeeping is, well, so the GOP, this one I just put in there, I'm not gonna lie. GOP, they're obvious. They're not on our side. It's like Democrats and Republicans are pretty much the same thing. So, they went along with this whole omnibus bill. I mean, I'm not sure if it's fully passed yet, but I believe it went through the House.
I could sworn there was another omnibus bill that they tried to pass.
I think it's the same one.
Is it the same one?
They've been trying to do it for like quite a while.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So, now that makes sense. That checked it out. Because I hear this term omnibus bill like once every 3 or 4 years at this point.
Well, they got to keep the government going, but in this case, they're
just adding a bunch of extra
giving a
shit.
bunch of money to everybody but us.
Right.
They have
So-
gender gender research or something to like the Middle East, and I'm like, oh,
What is that?
what the fuck? What
Gender
is that?
research?
What the fuck is that? But as this article says, $1 million, $11 million, sorry, just a million, $11 million to target gun owners, and yes, the bill. So, gun control, basically.
Gun
They're
control.
adding gun control. So, as I said before, it's like Democrats are just straight up like, we're gonna do all the corrupt shit. The Republicans are like, guys, you can't go so hard. Just gotta slow it down. We gotta do it little by little. So then they pretend like, oh, we're gonna prevent them from doing this thing. No, they're not. They're just making you think that they're against them. They're not doing anything.
Meanwhile, they're getting like $6 million of that $11 million.
Probably. I'm pretty sure there's a part in that thing in the bill that's like, we get a pay raise. Just don't say anything about it.
I'm sure half of every bill has something about, or like one part of every bill. Has
Just
like,
put some money in our pockets.
someone in the political party gets X amount of.
It's called administration fees.
Taxes and administration fees and bills that the American people have to pay.
They do this for our safety, but if you notice that all the mass shootings pretty much go on in all the gun-free zones
Yep.
that they
Yeah.
have created.
Yeah,
So
it's every gun-free zone.
It would be really crazy if, like, all the gun-free zones had people in there just,
All armed.
carrying their guns, and,
Everybody would be
the
respectful
bad
of each
person, wouldn't be able to do anything then, because they'll be like, hey, I'm going to do a shooting in this gun-free zone. Oh, shit, everybody else has a gun, too. Bang, bang. Done. And you don't got to worry about the police, and you don't worry about everybody. There's only one person dying because there's the one person that probably should have in the first place. I'm just saying, Hey, I'm not saying that I'm doing it, but I'm also not saying that nobody should do it. I'm just saying, if they're going to have shootings and the FBI and CIA ain't going to do anything about it, at a certain point, the people just got to be like, we'll just take care of it ourselves. That's my view. Just going to go there. Last thing is this little interesting little thing I found on the tweeters. Did you know that there's a pending federal court case right now that aims to prove that Pfizer's mRNA shots, not even vaccine shots, were sold to the government based on fraudulent data and could upend Pfizer's contract with the government? It could, in effect, stop the shots. Ooh. I'm not going to read all of this. I'm just going to be like, let's see, I'll read like 4. According to the whistleblower's lawyers representing the case, it is the single most significant whistleblower case in the world, in history, with $2.9 trillion in damages being sought after for the fraud committed to the public. This one case has the potential to bankrupt Pfizer, that would be cool, and disrupt the entire pharmaceutical industry and regulatory agencies that failed in their jobs for safety oversight. The case involves a whistleblower who oversaw multiple clinical trial sites for Pfizer in 2020. So, this will be cool because, I mean, do I believe anything's going to happen? The way things go today, I'm kind of feeling as if somebody's going to get some money. They're going to be like, turn their head and be like, oh, yeah,
Pay someone off.
I'm going to dismiss this case.
We're gonna stop talking about it.
Yeah. People forget about it because, everybody's attention span is like 2 seconds. And then they're going to be like, oh, not going to talk about it anymore. If we don't say anything, then people are just going to forget about it.
Who's Pfizer again? What?
What's a Pfizer? I haven't heard of that.
That's a nice sounding fruit that you've got there.
Right. Give me some of that. It sounds tasty.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, "Oh, shit."
Trump wants to make the death penalty for drug dealers.
Right.
Guess who's a drug dealer?
Yes.
Wow.
Hurting people.
Yes.
Might be why they don't like him so much.
Well, the sad part is that Trump is kind of with the because he did do the
Yeah.
whole. I made the
He gave
he's saying
everybody
that
an option, though.
yeah he did do that, but he still is kind of like
He's like, it is American. It's your
Yep.
right. It's
He's
your right
like-
to choose.
yeah.
Exactly.
But I completely agree with the whole.
Everybody
vaccine.
should get their
It's
shots.
super patriotic.
And you should it's he's like it's very safe and effective, and we're like, come on now, no, it's not. We know what's happening. And then Candace Owens, when she went up there, and she was like, yeah, but people are not really, people aren't really with the shot. He's like, yes, but it's really good. I'm like, come on, man, like this is the one thing
Right.
that everybody who's on your side is like, no, and you're like, you're not budging on it.
You're
Either
not.
one, there's something that you're not telling us that is about the shot that you're just like not telling us, or two, you're just your ego
prideful-
is just that big. I don't know.
I was about to say,
I know
like,
your ego is big,
Personally,
but
I,
come on.
I just think it's the pride thing, because like if everyone was gonna yell at a person for just making a joke about him becoming vice president, it's gonna be a man who's gonna like take his pride over everything else and say, yeah, you should still get the vaccine because I paid for it.
Right, yeah. I mean, to be honest, I think that situation, it was like he was mad about that because Kanye brought Nick Fuentes to the thing, and then it's like a whole thing where Kanye accidentally sent a message to one of Trump's lawyers because they had the same like lawyer or something like that, and then that lawyer was like, "Did you know this person is at your dinner? It's a setup." And then that's why Trump was like all kind of adamant about it, because he thought it was a setup, and then he
Right.
got upset about it. So that's why he was upset. I don't think he even knew who Nick Fuentes it was, to be honest,
funny.
because if he did, he probably been like, "You're not coming in there." If he didn't want him in there, you know what I'm saying?
That
But-
makes sense. I get it.
but-
If that's true, then that would make sense why he would get
yeah,
mad.
they talk. I think it was Nick Fuentes was the one who actually said that's what happened. It was like one of those situations where Kanye and Nick were like at one of the podcasts, so they explained how that happened. But yeah,
Still think it's a pride thing though.
yeah. I mean,
All these,
definitely,
all
definitely.
this time, I'm just looking at Trump. He's like, he's a very freaking prideful man. Like,
yeah. He's like, oh yes, I'm the shit. But I mean, if he wasn't like that, they would have just walked all over him, and then
Right.
we would have.
He had to be.
We wouldn't
you can't
be here.
an anti-vaxxer.
Right. You-
Because they would have really dragged him through the mud.
Right.
Not that they didn't already. But
Yeah.
right.
I mean, and he also made to be fair, if he didn't make the shot happen as fast as it did,
we'd still
then
be waiting for
we would
it.
be waiting for it, and they'd be
Still
like,
locked
"You got to
down.
stay locked down until we finish the shot," which is going to take about 12 years. And then, fuck that. I mean, like, nah.
2030.
Shoot. There's going to be some shots, but it's not going to be coming from the pharmaceutical company. I'm just going to leave it at that right there. Oh, what's that? Just kidding.
Oh God! I forgot that was there. Oh no!
Everybody, she's bringing sexy back, and you better be prepared for it. And if you're not, you're a bigot. You racist, fat, phobic piece of shit.
I swear you can see one of her legs coming off,
Is that a leg or another arm? Can't tell.
or just a chicken leg.
She has like 3 or 4 calves.
I can't see where her knee is.
I think it's the part underneath the skirt
Kinkle?
dress. Wait, is that?
Are
Is
those
she just-
legs? I can't. You just can't tell.
I think it's
It's-
because she's just wearing like a sheet. She's not really wearing like clothes. It's just like
Yeah.
I can't find a dress my size, so I'm just gonna put a sheet over myself. And then when we take the picture, then I'm just gonna take it back off. Yeah, yeah, I think that. But hey, guys, eat healthy. Don't do what this person is doing, like bringing sexy back. Just don't even
Automated McDonald's will do that to you.
don't
Oh,
even
yeah.
do it. I don't know. McDonald's might have killed you way before this. This is like
True.
this is something. She's
Yeah.
just in there, just eating tubs of lard.
Stop.
Ugh.
I'm getting flashbacks from what's his name's girlfriend last stream. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh yeah,
That was out of
ugh.
everything I've seen this year. That was probably the most. That was the closest I've come to throwing up on this podcast. And we have seen some pretty disgusting things. I've seen people get exploded.
Right.
Not even
That's
on this
hilarious.
podcast.
That's funny.
She
Because
does
that was
remind
gross.
me of Michelin Man's girlfriend.
Right?
I mean, come on now.
Michelin Man.
She looks like a Family Guy character.
You know? Peter Griffin.
No,
When
not
he
even
got
Peter Griffin.
when he got over super
Oh, yeah.
large.
He couldn't get out of that van.
Right? They had to get a crane or whatever to pick
Yeah.
him up. Man. Then he lost all of his bones. I wonder if she's going for that. She might already be there.
Well, she didn't have any bones. What?
But yeah, let's continue. Right? Let's continue.
Thank you once again for watching, but please go subscribe on Rumble, Odyssey, and Utreon to see more content that we cannot put on YouTube. Also, check out our GameSanity channel where we play live streams of different games, and the Oreyo Show where we have a podcast about current events and interesting topics going on in the world today. Once again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.